This is why I talk about prison. My name is Portia Lauder, and I was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for real estate fraud, and I served almost 5 years of that prison sentence in California and Minnesota, and my family lives in Utah. So I left my husband and my 5 children and went to a state that was a long ways away. I only saw my family about once a year. It was an extremely painful experience and also life-changing and transforming, a very human experience. And I think often when we think about prison, we don't think human. We hear all the bad stories. And yet I had all these tender experiences, and my heart was too full when I came home not to share them. So I'll give you an example of a tender experience that I had recently. I go into halfway houses and I work with people that are leaving prison. And a guy came up and he said, "Can I stand by you?" I said, "Sure." And he said, "It just makes me feel better when I'm standing by you." And he's covered in tattoos and just served a 5-year prison sentence. And he says, "I just feel so awkward and uncomfortable. Thank you for coming in here. It makes me feel better." How much more human can you get than that? Or when I was in prison and a new girl came in and they bunked her with me, and I watched her pray every night for 45 minutes on a hardwood floor or a cement floor, and got to know her. And I was wondering, I'm like, who is this sweet girl that takes kind notes to people and puts them on their locker, or takes the elderly inmates in the morning to get breakfast? And I ask her about herself, and she tells me that she grew up with, her father had died when she was young. Her mother was very poor. They lived in hotel rooms and in low-income housing. Her mother was addicted to drugs and passed away when she was young. And she was addicted to drugs and ended up coming to prison, and said, "I'm so grateful for my opportunity to be here and change my life." This girl, who's one of the kindest, most amazing people I know, got out of prison, got a job, went to college, and is changing her life. So why wouldn't I talk about that? That's beautiful. And yet you want to see all the stuff on TV that's so terrible about people in prison. Well, that just wasn't my experience. And so that's why I talk about prison.